We have our main plant for USA where we make the Les Pauls and Flying Bs and all the cool rock and roll machines in Nashville, Tennessee. Back in May of this year, we had a flood. You may have heard of it or not, but it was pretty bad. And in the factory, we actually had about 2 feet of water that ended up shutting us down for a little bit. Well, after the water receded, back in paint and finishing, the water had knocked all these paint cans together and created this really cool swirl pattern on the floor. And we go, wow, that's really cool. So we lacquered over that, and that inspired us for this paint finish on this guitar from the flood in Nashville of 2010. Now, this is done by hand. Each one of these swirls on this guitar are absolutely like a fingerprint. Each one's different. If you go through and look through all these different colors, you're going to see these are all different. This is the Firebird 10 limited edition. We're only doing 900 in each color, and then that's it. That'll be all for this particular model. Now, the technology is going to continue, and what we're going to do in the future is keep building on this technology. Back in 2007, Gibson, in the fine tradition of being an innovator, we came out with the Robotic guitar. In the past, we've created the Les Paul, the Flying V, the Explorer, the double humbugging pickup, the Tunematic bridge, the truss rod. Those are all industry standards that were first pioneered by Gibson. So in 2007, we came out with robotic technology in which the guitar tunes itself. So this is fourth generation robotic technology. So all I have to do to tune this guitar is just, I pull my gear shift knob out here, this big black knob. It gives me an LED. I flick it down. That B tells me I'm going to be in E flat. I strum. The guitar is tuning now. It tuned it that fast. Now, it comes loaded with 11 presets. You have standard drop D, dad gad, C. You have open G, open E, open D, open A. But you have the ability with the editor software that comes with the guitar to flash. This is consider it like an iPhone, if you will. It's its own operating system, so you can flash into this guitar different applications and presets over just a regular stereo cable.
It doesn't have low A.
Yes, you actually have 55 presets you can store. This gear shift knob has 11 banks on it, and then a 5-way switch for a total of 55 tunings. So if that's not amazing enough, this guitar has built-in onboard effects. So everything you're going to hear right now is coming just from the guitar, not from the computer, not from the software. No pedals on the floor. They are inside of this guitar. And what's in here, you have delay, chorus, reverb, flange, EQs, compression, octaver, just the whole plethora of effects that you'd have to have a pedal board about as big as this stage to encompass some of the things I'm just going to go through here in a very short amount of time. Now, I do have pedals. These pedals are not any ordinary pedals. I'm going to flick up this gray knob here, which is my programming knob. And I'm going to go into play mode, patch play mode as it's called, and say I want to call it bank 1. Now this is not plugged into the pedal board. I hit number 1 and it turns to number 1 by a Bluetooth. Now I can set up number 1 to do anything I want to. It could be drop D tuning with delay, chorus, flange, and distortion. Then bank 2 could be something else like that. Whatever, it's fully editable. Actually, on the guitar, you can do it. You don't even have to use the software. Now, with the software, you can actually take individual pickup configurations and model them after any guitar your heart may desire, using parametric EQs, series, parallel, coil taps. You can almost come up with nearly 1,500 different pickup combinations alone using the editor and flash them into the guitar. Right now, these are straight pickup sounds. Some are kind of like a Les Paul, some are kind of like a single coil. What's that company that has single coils? I forget, it's the F word around here. Also, the Les Paul sounds, the double humbuckers. So this is just kind of straight Firebird. Straight Firebird sounds. Okay? Then I can go into another bank of straight pickups. Kind of darker, heavier Les Paul humbuckers. Now you start getting into the really cool stuff. Now these are modeled, analog modeled, not digitally modeled. You will buy one now. These are not your droids you're looking for. These are acoustics. These are pure analog modeled acoustics. Now I want to put a little grease on that. Here's one thing you won't hear coming out of an electric guitar. Resonator.